Hello 6th primary, how are you all? Today we will going to complete our math syllabus تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we will going to make a general revision on what we already took before. We will going to solve more examples on lateral surface area and total surface area of a cube and a cuboid. We will going to solve different exercises in repeated multiplication. Also, we will going to solve how to find the percentage of the pie chart, solving how to draw a pie chart. We will going to solve and explaining many different exercises on these parts. Let's see how we will going to do it on the smart board. The first exercise we will going to do, he already told me to find the value of each of the following. So let's see, letter A, I have here the equation of the repeated multiplication. So I have 2 to the power of 7 times 2 to the power of 0 divided by 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 2. Let's remember and take care that 2 to the power of 7 is an odd number. It's already all of the base is positive bases and equal bases, and I have multiplication and divided, so I can use the rule of the power. So I have 7, but I have 2 to the power of 0 means what? Any number power of 0 means 1. So I have to change the 2 to the power of 0 by 1. So I will going to write it like that. 2 to the power of 0 is supposed to change to become a 1. So 2 to the power of 7 times 1 equal 2 to the power of 7 divided by 2 to the power of 3 times 2. Times 2 means equal power what? The power of the 2 equal 1. So I will going to add 3 plus 1. So we will going to write it like that. 2 to the power of 7 times 1 divided by 2, 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 give me 4. So I have 2 to the power of 7 divided by 2 to the power of 4. I have a divided with equal base, so I will going to subtract the power. So I will going to take only one base, 2, and make 7 minus 4. So 7 minus 4 give me 2 to the power of 3. And of course, if you write 2 to the power of 3 in your calculator, you will find it as it will be 8, because 2 times 2 equal 4 times 2 equal 8. And of course, you can write it in calculator. Example number B, I have a to the power of 2 times a to the power of 3 divided by a to the power of 5. The base here is a, is unknown. I'm not knowing the base, the value of the base, but I can use the rule of the power because I have equal base and I have multiplication and divided. So I will going to make 2 plus 3. I will going to take a and add 2 and 3. So I will going to write a 2 plus 3 divided by a to the power of 5. So 2 plus 3 equal 5. So it will be a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of 5. And I want to mention something here. We already took before, when I have my numerator equal my denominator, the value of the fraction here supposed to be equal what? Equal 1. So at the beginning, when I saw something like that, it can be equal 1. I can write equal 1 directly. But if I keep answering using the steps, I have a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of 5. So when I have equal base and the divided, I supposed to subtract the numbers. I supposed to subtract the power. So I will going to make a to the power 5 minus 5. So 5 minus 5 give me what? 5 power of 5 minus 5 equal 0. So because of that, a power of 0 equal 1. يبقى from where any number power of 0 equal 1. Get منين إن أي number power of 0 لازم يبقى الفاليو بتاعه 1 from this part. لو أنت خدت بالك إن already a to the power of 0 عبارة عن a power of 5 divided by a to the power of 5. The numerator equal the denominator. And I already know, and when my numerator equal my denominator, the value is supposed to be equal 1. يبقى هنا بفهم ليه أي number power of 0 لازم يبقى الفاليو بتاعه 1 from this part. Okay, now I will go into compare between two sides, and I have different exercise, and I want you to be sure about every step when you're answering. If you have something you have to answer it. Don't put the sign without answering the two sides, even if it seems it's so easy to write. Now I have 4 to the power of 2 and 8. Of course, 4 to the power of 2 means 4 times 4 equals 16. And 16, of course, bigger than the 8. Number B, absolute negative 8. Absolute negative 8 means what? It means 8. And I have 4 to the power of 3. You have to write the answer. So I have 8 and 4 power of 3 give me 64. If you write it in the calculator, you have 64. And of course, 64 is greater than 8. I will going to put the sign looking to it. I have C, negative 6 to the power of 2. Negative 6 to the power of 2. ال 2 دي هنا خد بالك دي even. يبقى البيز will going to change to become a positive base. وقبل ما أعمل أي حاجة. Positive comparing with a negative. Directly the positive side supposed to be the greatest side. So I will going to write 36, positive 36, and of course it's bigger than negative 12. A positive number greater than any negative number. You have to know that. Now I have 7 to the power of 5 divided by 7 to the power of 3. Divided, same base, I will going to subtract the power. So I will going to make 5 minus 3 equal 2. So it's supposed to be 7 power of 2. And 7 power of 2, if you wrote it in the calculator, you will have 49. So 49 comparing with negative 1. Positive and negative. Without looking, 49 is supposed to be the biggest one. Type 9 to the power of 2 and negative 3 to the power of 4. Concentrate. 4, it's an even power. So the negative will be cancelled. It will have a positive base. So when you do it on the calculator, you will have 9 to the power of 2 give you 81. And also negative 3 all power of 4 give you 81. So the two sides equal. The two sides equal to each other. Here it's a very, very important exercise. You have to concentrate. I have here the same base with the number of power. And I have here the same base. But the difference between them, here I have addition and here I have a multiplication sign. And there is a big difference between both of them. If I'm adding, so I cannot use the rule of the power. I will going to do everyone alone. I will going to make 2 to the power of 2 equal 4 and 2 to the power of 3 equal 2 times 2 times 2 equal 8. Now 4 plus 8 equal 12. But the other side, I have a multiplication and the same base. So now I can use the rule of the power. So it will be 2 plus 3. So the 2 will be power of 5. When I write 2 to the power of 5, it gives you 32. And of course, 32, it's much bigger or the greatest side. I will going to put my sign on. يبقى خد بالك and don't be confused when you have an addition. You're supposed to answer everyone alone, but when you have a multiplication, you're supposed to do the rule of the power. And don't answer everyone alone. Don't write 4 times 8. No, don't do that, okay? Because this is not what I want you to do. You have to use the rule of the power, okay? الexercise هنا ده معمول ليه؟ علشان to let me understand. You already know the difference between adding 2 bases with a power and multiplying them. You have to understand the difference between them. Okay, let's see. I have negative 3 to the power of 2 and all negative 3 to the power of 2. What difference between them? It seems they are equal. No, they aren't. You have here negative 3 to the power of 2. هنا الباور of 2 دي على 3. على 3. So the 3 base is repeating 2 times, but the negative no. Here the negative repeated 3 times. Negative 3 repeated 2 times. يعني هنا it seems like negative 3 times negative 3, so it will be positive 9. But here it will be negative and 3 repeated 2 times. So 3 times 3 equal 9 with negative outside, so it will be negative 9. So there is a difference between both of them. Look, how can I write this and how can I write this one? So I have negative 9 and a 9. So of course, any positive side, any positive number greater than any negative number. Of course, 9 greater than negative 9. Here also I have the repeated multiplication. I will going to start solving using the rule. هنا عندي multiply same base. I will going to add 2 power of 6 plus 2 times 2 to the power of 5. يبقى هعمل 6 plus ال 5. So it will be 2 to the power 6 plus 5 and 3 plus 1. And don't forget here إن هنا supposed to have a power 1. I would prefer you when you saw a number not having a power, just write 1 to not forget this one. Okay? So like that. أنا أول ما شفتها حطيت ال 1 عشان ما ننساش إن هنا في suppose 1 I have to add 1. So I will going to make 6 plus 5 equal 11, 3 plus 1 equal 4. Now I have same base divided to each other. What I will going to do with the power? I will going to subtract the power. So I will going to make 2 to the power of 11 minus 4. When I do that, I will have 2 to the power of 7. Now I can find 2 to the power of 7 through using the calculator. لأن هي it means 2 to the power of 7 معناه إيه؟ 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 7 times. So it's too hard to find it like that. You can write it in the calculator, so you will have 128. The next exercise I have negative 3 to the power of 7 times negative 3 to the power of 2 times negative 3 to the power of 5. هنا it seems same base. بس خلي بالك هنا عندي odd power وهنا عندي even power وكلهم negative 3. هعمل أنا إيه؟ How I will going to do it? I will not going to use the even power هنا to remove the negative sign. Do you know why? Because I need an equal basis to use my numbers. So I will going to keep it like that and taking negative 3 and adding the power 7 plus 2 equal 9 and negative 5 of course down in the denominator. So it will be negative 3 to the power of 9 divided by negative 3 to the power of 5. Same base divided, subtract the power. دايما واحنا بنحل بنقعد نفكر نفسنا what I supposed to do. Multiplication, add the power. Division, I will going to subtract the power if they are equal base of course. So I will going to write here negative 3 to the power of 9 minus 5. It will be negative 3 to the power of 4. وخلي بالك هنا إن البيس كله negative 3. يعني negative 3 repeated 4 times. هنا معناها إيه؟ معناها إن negative 3 repeated 4 times. So I will going to directly have a positive answer. It will be 81. I have negative 5 to the power of 10 times negative 5 to the power of 8. هنا same base كلهم negative and I will going to do as I used to. هنا هعمل 10 plus 8 عشان هاخد negative 5 أعمل 10 plus 8 في denominator. I will going to take 1 أنا هنا عندي 1 plus 5 plus 11. So I will going to write it 18 out of 17. يبقى negative 5 power of 18 divided by negative 5 power of 17. طيب divided same base subtract the power. I will going to make negative 5 power of 18 minus 17. 18 minus 17 of course give me 1. Any number power of 1 equal the number itself. So it will be negative 5. So the value will give me negative 5. Look how can I answer such an example without using a calculator. Just with a rule and by understanding the rules, you can find many different exercises without using the calculator. If you use the calculator, you are going to take a time more than you can answer it without a calculator, of course. Here I have a to the power of 6 times a to the power of 3 out of a to the power of 5. Here also I'm not knowing the value of the unknown. هنا البيس بتاعي and I'm not knowing the value of it. So we're going to do the rule of the power without writing the base. I will going to take only 1a and make 6 plus 3 divided by a to the power of 5. I will going to make 6 plus 3 equal 9 divided by 5. Then I will going to subtract 9 minus 5 give you 4. Now I have a to the power of 4. I can change it? No, I will leave it like that because I'm not knowing the value of the base. ال دي أنا معرفش الفاليو بتاعتها إيه. So I will keep it like that. This is the final answer. Now this exercise is a very entertaining exercise. It's like a puzzle. Okay? He already gave you the value of the A, the value of the B, the value of every unknown. He wants from you to solve the exercise using the value of the unknown. He already gave it to you. Now I have 3a power of 2b. طب هنا I supposed to know that 3a معناها 3 times a times b and a power of 2. طب what I supposed to do? I will going to take or replace. I will going to replace unknown بالvalue بتاعتها. طيب I will going to write 3. A I will going to replace it by 2. B replace it by negative 3. So I will going to make 3 times 2 to the power of 2 times negative 3. Of course, I have to answer 2 to the power of 2 give me 4. So it will be 3 times 4 times negative 3. 3 times 4, 12. 12 times negative 3 equal negative 36. Now, I have 2a plus 3b. So it means 2 times 2 plus 3 times negative 3. So I'm going to write them like that. Taking the unknown, putting the value of the unknown. Replace the unknown with the value. Okay? So I will going to write 2 times 2. 3 times negative 3. So it will be 4 times negative 9. 4 plus negative 9 it's supposed to be. تعالوا نراجع كده الرول بتاعت البلس والماينس. Different sign looking to the biggest absolute value. Biggest absolute value هي 9. الساين بتاعتها minus. So the answer is supposed to be negative. And I will go to subtract. 9 minus 4 equal 5. تاني أنا ممكن أجيبها mentally. إزاي without using a rule? I am under the sea level, negative 9. So I will rose up only 4 where I am still under the sea level by 5. So it will be negative 5. I have a to the power of 2 plus a to the power of plus b to the power of 2 plus ab. ab هنا معناها a times b. So I will going to take a and replace it by 2 to the power of 2. هنا عندي power of 2. يعني أكني بكتب 2 power of 2. I will going to write it like that. So I will going to write 2 to the power of 2 plus negative 3 to the power of 2 plus 2 times negative 3. Then I will going to find the value of each. 2 to the power of 2, 4. Negative 3 to the power of 2 equal 9 plus negative 6. Of course, 2 times negative 3 equal negative 6. So I'm going to add them, it will be 7. Then 4 plus 9 equals 13. 13 plus negative 6, it will be 7. Now I have to use the properties. حلوة قوي properties بتاعت multiplication. But before starting it, I want you to remember some points. If you have 2 times 5 give you 10. If you have 4 times 25 give you 100. And if you have 8 times 125 give you 1000. I have to study this? No, you can get it by your heart. 2 times 5, we already took it from many years ago. 2 times 5, of course, 10. So when you put 2, when you doubling the 2, it will be 4. And when you take the 2 with the 5, it will be 25. So 25 have 2 zeros. 8, doubling the 4. So the double of the 40 will be 8. And you will going to add only 1. So 125 equal 1000. 125, 3 digit means 3 zeros. By this way, you can remember these friends. When you saw the 2 of them, you have to put them all together. لازم أحطهم جنب بعض to give me 10, 100,000. And of course, sometimes you can find 20 times 5. So you will have 100. And 0, you will put it outside. So now I can answer this exercise. He wants for me to use the property. So negative 2 times negative 3 times 5 times negative 1. What am I supposed to do here? I have a friends. I keep saying they are friends. They are completing numbers. They are complete each other to give me a 10th number or a 100 number and so on. I have negative 2 and 5. So I will going to put them all together. I will going to write negative 2 times 5 and I will going to make a commutative property. I will going to replace the place of negative 3 and 5. So this is a commutative property. أول step إن أنا هعمل إيه commutative property إن أنا I will going to exchange the negative 3 with the 5. Okay, so it will be negative 2 times 5 times negative 3 times 1. Negative 1, sorry. So now I will going to put it negative 2 and 5 in a bracket and negative 3 and 1 with a negative 1 in a bracket. So it's an associative property. يبقى أنا هنا في الستep just in this step I do two or I use two property, commutative والassociative. طب then I will going to answer. Of course negative 2 times 10 times 5 give you negative 10. Negative 10, negative 3 times negative 1, it give me a positive 3. So negative 10 times 3 give you negative 30. طيب هنا I can use it as a closure property. أنا ممكن أسميها هنا دي closure property. دي two numbers times each other. Here he gave me 8 times 26 times negative 125. Here I have a friends. Yes, I have 8 with negative 125. So our step, I will going to make a commutative property by replacing it 26 with negative 125. Okay, so I will going to write it like that. It will be 8 times negative 125 times 26. Now, I will going to answer without using, of course, the calculator. It will be negative 1,000 times 26, so it will be negative 26,000. Here in the second exercise, I have 4 times negative 5 times 3 times negative 2. Where are the friends here? Negative 5 with negative 2. So I will going to make a commutative property. هعمل switching between a negative 5 with 3. يبقى I will going to replace the places. هخلي 4 times 3 times negative 5 times negative 2. I can write it like that. So it will be 4 times 3 times negative 5 times negative 2. Of course, it will be 12 times positive 10 لأن negative times negative equal positive. 12 times 10 equal 120. Here, it's a tricky one. I have 45 times negative 16 plus negative 74 times 16 plus negative 16. Here you note that negative 16 is repeated multiplying by two different numbers, that there is an addition sign between them. طب ده معناه ايه؟ distributive property. دي معمولها distributive property. طب so I will going to take a negative 16 outside and I will going to write it negative 16 45 plus 47, and here if I'm taking negative 16 times negative, if I wrote negative 16 to negative 16 times negative 16 give me a different answer. But I have something times negative 16 give me negative 16. So it will be 1. Then any number times the 1 give me the number itself. So I'm supposed to add 1, not add negative 16. Okay? So I will go to answer the exercises. Of course, the steps here, it will be negative 1 times negative 16 give me a positive answer. And this is, of course, the distributive property. Here he wants from you to choose. Here I have 3 to the power of 0 plus negative 3 to the power of 0. Here we took and we explained before in this session 3 to the power of 0 equal any number power of 0 equal 1. So it will be 1 plus 1 supposed to be equal to. Now I have negative 3 to the power, negative 1 to the power of 3, minus 1. Negative 1 to the power of 3, it's an odd power, so to keep my negative as it is. So I will go on to write negative 1, it will be negative 1 minus 1, it will be negative 2. Negative 1 and again negative 1, so it will be negative 2. Negative 3 to the power of 3 times negative 3 to the power of 2, I will go on to add the power, so it will be negative 3 to the power of 5. Here I have, if I have 3 to the power of 5 divided 3 to the power of a equal 3 to the power of 0. يبقى المفروض ال a دي الفاليو بتاعت a ايه؟ تعالوا كده نشوف. 5 حصل لها a, divided supposed to be minus, so I have supposed to subtract the power. So 5 minus what give me 0? 5 minus 5, of course, so it will be 5. Here I have negative 5 to the power of 2. Of course, I have to answer it first. It will be negative 5 to the power of 2. دي هنا even power, يبقى it will be positive base. So I have a positive base, it belongs to ln. Negative 3 to the power of 5, it odd number, so I will keep the negative as it is, so it not belonged to the n. Negative 11 power of 0, of course it will be 1. 1, it belongs to n. The additive inverse of negative 8 power of 0, it will be 1. So negative 1 in additive inverse بتاعتها, it will be a positive 1. By this way, we covered some points in our revision. We will go on to complete our revision next time, inshallah. See you.